Bitcoin. So I did.
Donc il a dit, là j'ai réalisé ensuite qu'au niveau du Bitcoin, il y a plein de choses qui n'allaient pas, que ça marchait pas très bien, et que je me suis dit, pourquoi pas créer un meilleur Bitcoin pour faire mieux que ce qui a jamais existé avant.
Ce qu'il a fait, si je comprends bien.
Which is what you made, obviously. What I was asking Nicolas. Exactement, ouais, c'est ça.
Je vois le petit drapeau Louis Vuitton derrière, c'est pour le petit clin d'œil français.
I love some French Louis Vuitton. I do.
He said that he saw some Louis Vuitton, which he may ask for is it maybe some kind of blink for a French community or something like this?
We love France. This is my Louis Vuitton airplane here.
Il a dit, on aime la France. Ça, c'est mon avion Louis Vuitton.
I spend so much money on Louis Vuitton that they fly me and put me in a hotel for Fashion Week to try and sell me more stuff.
Il a dit, en gros, j'ai acheté tel ou autre truc Louis Vuitton qui m'ont pris justement pour une chambre d'hôtel où ils m'ont dit, on te réserve pour la Fashion Week et tout, et on va t'acheter plein, tu vas pouvoir t'acheter plein de trucs que tu veux, et d'ailleurs derrière, j'ai un avion Louis Vuitton.
Ça marche. Bon, allez, si on continue sur le personnel, et je vais lui demander ses 3 principales valeurs personnelles, et après on parle du projet.
Okay, he's gonna ask for your 3 personal values. What are your 3 morals, and then we're gonna keep talking about the project.
Well, you know, the sacrifice phase for PulseChain was to support freedom of movement, or I mean, actually, freedom of speech, I guess. So, like, for PulseX was freedom of movement, PulseChain was freedom of speech. We live in all-time high censorship. Censorship has never been worse than it is today. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but you literally can't talk about what you want to talk about. If you say the word COVID, you're banned. If you say the word, I don't know, Joe Biden's laptop or whatever, his kid's laptop, banned. If you talk about almost anything, you're almost banned. And your right to freedom of movement has been removed entirely. The whole world decided that you're not allowed to go where you want to go. So I believe in the Constitution of the United States of America. I believe in the Bill of Rights. I believe people should have the freedom of speech and the freedom of movement that our forefathers fought and died for. And we don't have it. You can't say what you want to say. You can't go where you want to go, and it's not okay.
Donc là, ce qu'il a dit, c'est qu'en fait, PulseX, c'était un sacrifice qui avait pour le but d'avoir des tokens, mais c'était pour la liberté de déplacement. Pulse, c'était pour la liberté d'expression. Pourquoi? Parce que ce qui se passe, c'est que maintenant, on est arrivé à une époque où vous n'avez plus rien de droit de dire rien du tout. C'est-à-dire que Covid, c'est interdit. Parler du PC portable de Joe Biden, c'est interdit. C'est un peu normal, c'est un peu bizarre qu'on n'ait plus le droit de dire rien du tout, en fait. Elles sont good.
Donc, si on parle un petit peu du projet, on va parler un petit peu d'historie avec X. Est-ce qu'on peut avoir un petit historique de X, because you made a lot of people rich with X.
True.
So un petit historique.
Okay. So he asked me if I may ask you, if can you make a brief history of X, because obviously many people became millionaires because of the very famous now X, and how it happened. What is the story behind it? What was the main purpose of it? Like,
well, originally the idea was that we were going to let people for free transact Bitcoin value on the Ethereum network by airdropping the token to Bitcoin holders that they could then use on the Ethereum network, because the Ethereum network was a better network. But then it kept evolving. And then it was like, well, how can we enhance people using it? Oh, we'll have a referral program, which doesn't exist anymore, but it did then. And then how can we, on-ramp users without having a big middleman? We have the adoption amplifier where people can turn their Ethereum directly into Hex in the contract. Again, how can we get price performance? Well, we can introduce like vesting, time locks. And then it ended up that it evolved far past what I ever thought it could be. It became better and better to the point where it was unrecognizable. So it became the world's first time deposit on the blockchain, and it addresses a larger market than Bitcoin does.
Sure.
You can't, if you time lock your Bitcoin, you don't make any money. If you time lock your Hex, you make money. Sure. So we ended up making a more efficient, better price performative, more useful Bitcoin, and it was, you know, originally a much smaller focus, and then it just kept growing into something amazing.
Sure. Bah, en gros, ce qu'il dit en fait, c'est que c'est très simple, c'est que on s'est dit comment avoir plein de monde. Donc anciennement, il avait le truc d'affiliation pas d'affiliation, mais c'est-à-dire de parrainage avec des liens pour avoir un maximum de personnes qui viendraient. Ensuite, on s'est dit tiens, on va donner des hex gratuitement aux gens qui avaient des bitcoins, ok. Et ensuite, ce qui s'est passé, c'est qu'il s'est dit ok, comment on va faire pour qu'il y ait un maximum de personnes qui entendent parler de hex après l'adoption amplifier, où pendant justement toute l'année, vous serez en mesure d'acheter des hex pour de l'Ethereum, d'accord. Et ensuite, on a vu que les blockchains, un peu tout ce qu'il y a eu derrière, a évolué. Et c'est pour ça que l'écosystème a un peu changé avec le reste des écosystèmes et des cryptos qu'il y avait autour, en fait. Oh, good. Thank you.
Ok. Ça marche. Donc, on va passer à PulseChain. Il y a PulseX. Et il n'y a pas eu d'ICO parce que c'est sûrement non autorisé sur l'US territoire. Donc il y a eu une idée géniale là-dessus qui a été appelée le sacrifice. Comment ça a été managé tout ça?
Okay, so basically the question is, there was PulseX, there is Pulse, okay. How did this come up together in your mind? Because obviously this wasn't an ICO. There was a genius, brilliant idea which was named the sacrifice instead of the formerly known thing as pre-sale or ICO. How did this come to your mind and how it just showed up together?
If you're giving away the world's largest free airdrop, you really want those coins to have no value when people receive them, so it's not a taxable event. And so you want to give away valueless coins. And if one day those coins appreciate, lucky you, you should only be taxed on them at their sale, usually. So it's very important to make sure that the coins you're giving people are worthless. This sacrifice thing allows us to give away free coins to people that have a similar belief. So if you believe in freedom of speech, or you believe in freedom of movement, or you donated to the SENS Foundation for medical research, you got free coins. It's nice. It's good. Okay. It's a great way to give away free stuff.
En gros, ce qu'il est en train de nous dire, Richard, c'est que s'il y a eu la logique du sacrifice, c'est très simple parce que quand vous sacrifiez, vous pouvez derrière défendre une cause, liberté d'expression, liberté de déplacement. Mais c'est surtout pour une raison qui nous intéresse plus auparavant, c'est que surtout, quand vous recevez quelque chose qui est gratuit, aux États-Unis en tout cas, ou dans certains pays, c'est pas forcément imposable parce que vous avez reçu quelque chose qui ne valait rien, et quelque chose qui ne valait rien quand vous recevez gratuitement et sur lequel vous allez vendre, bah, il y a de grandes chances que, en fonction de là où vous habitez et comment ça marche dans votre section, dans votre pays, pardon, ou dans votre État, vous serez peut-être pas imposé sur ça. Donc c'était exprès, c'était voulu. Thanks.
Très bien. Oui, il y a un petit côté humain en plus dans tout ça, en dehors d'offrir pour pouvoir ça, il y a un petit côté humain parce que j'ai vu qu'il y avait déjà 25 millions de dollars d'offerts pour la recherche médicale. À qui et pourquoi?
As I saw, there was a human part on this with Pulse, which was for medical research. So how much was raised, for what purpose, what reason, and to who got the money of this medical raising? Thank you.
The SENS Foundation, SENS, is a registered 501c3 charity in the United States. They also have a branch in the UK. They do medical research primarily focused on extending human lifespan. But most people don't understand that that actually means curing everything. If you want to extend people's lifespans, you have to cure everything. All the stuff that kills them, you have to cure all of it. So it's hard. You have to cure cancer. You have to cure heart disease. You have to cure Parkinson's. You have to cure Alzheimer's. You have to cure all the things. So those guys got all the money, and it's cash in the bank. It's not, they're not coins. They're not tokens. It's real dollars in the bank.
Okay.
Very cool.
En gros, ce qui nous explique, c'est que, thank you Richard. En gros, c'est que c'est la fondation SENS, c'est une fondation qui est enregistrée aux États-Unis. Donc, c'est une fondation dans le but, en gros, si je vous la fais courte, c'est de soigner à peu près tout ce qui peut vous faire mourir, en passant des maladies cardiaques, par le cancer, tout ce qui va faire que vous ou vos proches ou quelqu'un que vous connaissez va mourir tôt ou tard, en fait, tout simplement. Et en gros, c'est ça le but justement de cette SENS Foundation. Donc, eux, ils n'ont pas des coins, ils ont des vrais dollars avec des vrais comptes en banque. Et c'est ça le but en fait derrière cette fondation. En fait, c'est de soigner tout ce qui va buter tous les uns les autres tôt ou tard en fait.
Ok, avec un joli airdrop de 25 millions de vrais dollars. Je vous ai mis le lien de toute façon de Sense Research Foundation. Voici, vous l'avez sur le TG si vous voulez regarder un petit peu. Donc, eh ben, écoute, revenons un petit peu à Pulsechain. Donc, Pulsechain, ça va être quoi exactement? Parce qu'il y a deux tokens, Pulse, le PulseX dans l'écosystème. Petite explication autour de ça?
Let's come back to the Pulse stuff. So, of what I've heard, there will be Pulse, PulseX, Pulsechain. What is it? Can you explain how it will all work together? How will we all be connected and interact with each other?
Sure. Pulsechain is a copy of Ethereum. It is better because it doesn't destroy the environment. It doesn't inflate. It's deflationary. 25% of the fees are burnt. It incentivizes you to keep your own keys to your own coins, whereas even Ethereum 2.0 incentivizes you to give your coins to someone else so that they can be a validator and earn yield. Our delegated validation is better than even their 2.0 version. PulseX is a fork of Uniswap, which is the largest exchange on Ethereum. It should be the largest exchange on Pulsechain as well, because a large portion of all of the PRC20s, which are the free ERC20 copies, is being sucked into it at the first transaction on the network. And it also is deflationary. It burns 22% of the fees.
Okay, so it's 25 and 22, right? Correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Ok. En gros, ce qui se passe, c'est que Pulse, ce sera un peu comme Ethereum, mais en mieux. C'est-à-dire qu'en gros, le but, ce sera de pas de polluer. Contrairement à Ethereum 2.0, le but, ce sera pas de déléguer ces jetons à quelqu'un d'autre, mais que vous ayez le contrôle de vos propres coins. D'accord? Il y a 25% de burning fees, donc c'est-à-dire que des fees qui seront burn pour toujours, qui vont disparaître. Il n'y aura pas d'inflation, mais ce sera déflationniste. Ok? Alors que PulseX, ce sera plutôt une copie d'Uniswap, mais en mieux, comme le but de Pulse, ce serait d'être Ethereum en mieux. Voilà. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Richard.
There's also the Pulse reward token as well. That if you become a liquidity provider in PulseX, you get this token extra also.
Alors, en gros, il y a aussi le Pulse Reward Token, c'est-à-dire que si sur PulseX vous fournissez des liquidités, vous recevrez le Pulse Reward Token qui sera un autre jeton que vous allez recevoir par-dessus en tant que récompense en fait.
Ça marche. Comment tu vois Pulse dans 1 an, 3 ans, 5 ans, 10 ans? T'as bouffé ETH?
How you see Pulse in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Do you think that you will eat up completely Ethereum?
Do what to Ethereum completely?
Do you think that you will completely destroy like Ethereum?
No.
Like Pulse will destroy Ethereum?
I don't think destroy is the right word at all.
Not destroy.
I mean,
eat up. My bad.
It's not the good word.
I think the price is likely to overperform. Like I think the Pulse price is very likely to outperform the Ethereum price. But like the actual technology, the better Ethereum does, the more free upgrades Pulse gets.
Okay.
Because like they're very similar networks. So because the majority of our code is Ethereum code, the better Ethereum does, the better it is for Pulse.
Okay.
So en gros, I would prefer to transact on the Pulse chain because it's more affordable, faster, and it's. I don't see a lot of reasons that someone would want to transact on Ethereum over Pulse. But if you maybe if you were running an ATM network and we're like, I don't know. Okay. I'm a big believer in Pulse.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, can I grab a coffee real quick? I'll be back.
Sure. Go ahead, no problem. All good. En gros, ce qu'il nous dit, c'est que c'est très simple, c'est que sur Pulse et PulseX, ce qui se passe, c'est qu'ils verraient pas forcément Pulse détruire Ethereum, mais que le prix du Pulse pourrait surperformer le prix de l'Ether très facilement. voilà, sur les prochaines périodes à venir. C'est-à-dire, d'un point de vue, si on compare les deux graphiques de prix, que le graphique de prix du Pulse surperforme le graphique du prix de l'Ether, ok. Mais d'un côté, ce serait pas forcément nécessaire que Pulse détruise Ethereum. Pourquoi? Parce que s'il y aurait des bonnes mises à jour qui viendraient sur Ethereum, et ben ces mises à jour d'amélioration d'Ethereum pourraient aussi améliorer le réseau Pulse. Pourquoi? Parce que Pulse est une copie d'Ethereum. Donc si potentiellement le réseau Ethereum est mis à jour par l'équipe de Vitalik, ok, alors le réseau Pulse pourrait l'être aussi avec les mêmes mises à jour. Voilà, j'espère que c'est clair dans l'ensemble.
Oui, totalement. Mais comme je t'ai dit, vaut mieux que tu fasses un résumé. Là, je pense que c'est bien. Vaut mieux que tu fasses un
Ouais,
résumé que tu le laisses parler. Parce que sinon,
bien sûr,
ça a l'air de l'embêter et on le voit.
bien sûr, bien sûr, bien sûr.
Tu le laisses
Bien
vraiment
sûr.
dans le sens. Et après, le
Ok.
petit résumé, tu n'es pas obligé de traduire tout mot
Ok.
à mot parce qu'on s'en
Ok.
sert pas. Mais un petit résumé, je pense que c'est suffisant.
Ok. Parce que en fait, le problème, c'est que quand j'écoute beaucoup, il y a beaucoup enregistré, ça devient très
Il y a
compliqué.
beaucoup d'infos, il y a beaucoup d'infos.
Il y a beaucoup
Mais
d'infos, quoi, c'est ça.
on retient le principal, fais un petit résumé. Et
Ouais,
s'il faut,
ça
si
marche.
tu penses qu'il y a une info qui est
Ça marche.
primordiale, on a Cham aussi qui était là pour
Ok, super,
le trad.
super.
Donc si Cham dans ta trad trouve que tu as vraiment oublié un truc, il peut faire un petit rajout par-dessus.
Ouais.
Ok.
Parce que là, on sent que, tu vois, bon, il
Bah,
comprend
il est
pas le français,
fatigué, lui,
tient le
il a fait
truc, il
14
Il est
attend,
streams à la
fatigué,
suite.
ouais.
il
Bien
fait
sûr,
que ça
bien
en
sûr.
continu. Donc, je pense que, voilà,
Bien sûr.
un résumé sur
Bien
ce
sûr.
qu'il dit, c'est
Bien sûr.
Slap this in my ear.
Ok.
c'est très bien là-dessus.
Ok. Perfect. Ok. Sweet.
Bon,
I'm
très
back.
bien.
Welcome back.
Café was
We
good.
kinda
Falling
upgraded.
asleep.
We kinda upgraded our translation mechanic because it was a bit too heavy. Like the audience, they just said it was too heavy. So we're gonna make French part shorter and
Okay.
English parts longer. So you will be like more active and more into it. You know.
Okay. Sure.
Sweet. Perfect.
Donc, Richard, vous êtes quand même, enfin, t'es une personne vraiment très connue, t'as une réputation. Comment t'expliques qu'il y ait autant de personnes qui soient allées sacrifier? Est-ce que cette hype tourne vraiment autour de toi? Parce que ça a dépassé le billion de dollars, quoi, presque.
So we've seen that you became to be very known, and that you got like $1 billion sacrificed for PulseX. Is this hype around you? Is this hype around the project? How did you manage to raise so much money without just sacrificing out of for just freedom of movement, freedom of speech?
I don't know. It's weird. It's really hard to say.
C'est vraiment difficile à dire.
I mean, it's like if you were to ask Vitalik, like, you know, why do so many people use Ethereum? It's a hard question to answer because everyone does it for different reasons, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, I usually have great answers to stuff. I don't have a good answer to this. I mean, well, okay. Let's try this. Hex has 100% perfect uptime for years.
Yeah,
it has performed perfect, flawlessly for years, and the price went up 1,000,000% before staking rewards. It's up 2,000,000% with staking rewards, depending on how long you stake. So, as the founder of one of the best inventions in history, I mean, I don't think people understand how good Hex is, and it's really pre-viral. Like, most people have never heard of it. People still call it a scam. You're like, guys, at what point do you realize you were wildly wrong, the wrongest you've ever been in your entire life? This thing can't be any better. Like, it's done everything it was expected to do and more, and the expectations were high. You know, so like, even if you look at the chart of Bitcoin versus Ethereum versus Hex, Hex has outperformed all of them from their launch day when they had their most gains, their highest gains. Even after dropping 80%, like Hex dropped down from like 60 cents down to, well, 56.5 cents down to 10 cents. even after it did that, I mean, it's up 50% in the last few days, and it's still outperforming after an 80% dip, both Bitcoin and Ethereum since their launch. You can't ask for better performance than this. It's miraculous. And so when I said I was going to do the world's largest airdrop, and it's not going to have any inflation, and it's going to burn fees, it's just like an orgasm of beautiful features. Like these are excellent ideas. These are all awesome, you know? And the gas fees are killing everybody. Who's going to save them? I'm going to save them. I'm going to help reduce the Ethereum gas fees. Nobody else is doing that.
En gros, ce qu'il a dit, c'est que X a surperformé, d'accord. Il a fait des multiples de prix qui étaient incroyables, de l'ordre de x 10 000, et que les gens encore malgré tout disaient mais c'est un scam, c'est un scam. Et que lui disait oui, mais à quel point vous allez vous rendre compte à quel point vous allez vous rendre compte que c'est pas un scam, même après que ça ait fait x 10 000, vous arrivez toujours à dire que c'est un scam. C'est quand même n'importe quoi, c'est quand même incroyable. Et il y avait aussi le souci des fees à résoudre sur le réseau Ethereum. Il fallait que quelqu'un résolve ces fees. Donc quand on a mis toutes ces fonctionnalités bout à bout, les gens dans leur cerveau, c'était comme un orgasme de fonctionnalité où ils se sont dit putain, c'est un truc incroyable, il faut vraiment qu'on colle des thunes dessus, quoi. Voilà.
Bah écoute, on est là pour la Pulsechain. Hein. Il aurait dû nous appeler au moment du X. J'avais pas toutes les infos. Peut-être, voilà, s'il m'avait appelé au moment du X, je lui aurais offert un magasin Louis Vuitton.
Actually, he told me like, why didn't you tell us about Hex earlier? We would have bought you a Louis Vuitton shop. But he didn't tell us. Like right now, we are for the Pulse and PulseX. We need this.
It's gonna be nice, man. It's gonna be nice.
Thanks.
I'm excited. It's close.
Ah, nous aussi, nous aussi. Donc on va avoir une copie de l'ETH blockchain.
We are too.
Il va y avoir un snapshot et donc un fork de certains tokens, mais pas tous. Donc comment ça va fonctionner et surtout quand?
So we've heard that there'll be a snapshot. Okay, it will be a copy of the Ethereum network. How will it work? When will it work? And what coins, based on what rules, will be copied over to the Pulse chain?
Everything. You're
okay,
gonna get copies of everything.
Vous allez recevoir des copies de tout. Tout va être copié.
And it already works, and you can already test it right now. So if you just change the settings in your MetaMask, you can go look at all your free coins now. But the difference is the real mainnet will have a much more recent snapshot, whereas the testnet just had a snapshot like maybe a week ago.
Ok. Donc en gros, vous aurez tout. Donc sur le testnet, il y a une version récente, mais sur le mainnet, vous aurez une version plus complète, très récente, de tous les coins qui seront copiés en fait.
Donc il y a eu déjà un snapshot de fait pour le testnet. Il y en aura un autre qui sera fait pour le mainnet. Quand?
So,
l'exclu du soir, on veut l'exclu.
Okay. So he told me, we want exclusive info. Can you tell us when maybe might be this snapshot date for the mainnet?
Before Ethereum 2.0. I mean, it's soon, man. Like we're running out of stuff to do. Like the only two things left is maybe make the automated market maker price fixer bot attack some more liquidity pools like Uniswap v3, which it doesn't do yet, and fix the sacrifice balance sheets. And that's it. Like everything else is done.
Ok. Alors le lancement, ce sera probablement avant le lancement d'Ethereum 2.0, mais je vous donnerai pas de date précise. En revanche, il faut que vous sachiez que la majeure partie des choses sont faites. Il reste très peu de choses à faire et juste potentiellement les soldes et les montants des PLS et PLSX que les gens ont justement sur leur wallet.
Ok. Bon, donc pour toi, Richard, dans l'idée, quelles sont les difficultés, les embêtements avec la plupart des tokens aujourd'hui et que va résoudre Pulsechain, vraiment le qualitatif des Pulse et Pulse?
So for you, Richard, as a founder, what are the downsides of all the tokens and other coins that Pulse and PulseX will be trying to solve on this new ecosystem? What difficulties and drawbacks from the other coins and tokens are you going to solve with Pulse and PulseX?
Well, I mean, Ethereum is still blowing up the environment because there's still proof of work. Bitcoin blows up the environment because it's proof of work. Pulse Chain doesn't use proof of work. It saves the environment. So, you know, the more people that use Bitcoin, the more the environment gets destroyed. Fact, period. With Pulse, that's solved. I mean, the EU literally was considering banning proof of work just last week. So PulseChain is the answer to that. If you care about price performance, Bitcoin inflates to pay the miners to destroy the environment. Ethereum inflates to pay the miners to destroy the environment. Pulse and PulseX do not inflate. So it's a more efficient, better for the environment, better for the price, higher throughput, world's largest free airdrop. Like, it's beautiful, you know? It's really awesome.
Bah, en gros, c'est très simple, c'est que Ethereum il pollue l'environnement, Bitcoin pollue l'environnement. Pour l'environnement, c'est une catastrophe, et pour le prix, c'est une catastrophe parce que justement, l'inflation est distribuée aux gens qui détruisent l'environnement et qui vont miner, donc ça craint. Donc là, c'est juste que niveau environnement, il n'y a pas photo. Pourquoi? Parce que pas plus tard qu'il y a 3 jours, l'Union européenne a voulu interdire tous les protocoles Proof of Work. Je le rappelle, Bitcoin et Ethereum sont du Proof of Work. C'est une catastrophe. Et là, sur ce truc-là, c'est tout simplement brillant. C'est magnifique, quoi.
Ok, donc à la place du proof of work, ce sera du proof of
Delegated Proof of Work.
You could all delegated proof of stake. I mean, it's really a hybrid of proof of authority. Yeah, it's a hybrid of POA and DPoS, but it's too technical for anyone to understand. So, the other thing is Hex solves the delayed gratification issue. How many people wished that they had bought Bitcoin at $1 and held it to $69,000, but instead sold it at $3? So many people cost themselves their fortunes because they sold too early. Hex solves that. It keeps you from selling your future. It makes you do what you said you were going to do. And look how that's worked out. 1,000,000% return, 623 days. It's worked out very well.
En gros, il faut savoir que là, X, en quelque sorte, le but de X, là où c'est différent, c'est que ça protège les gens justement de leurs propres conneries. C'est-à-dire que sur Bitcoin, combien de gens ont regretté d'avoir vendu leur Bitcoin trop tôt et pas avoir fait assez de gains parce qu'il y a des millions et des millions de pourcents à faire. X résout ce truc-là parce que vous verrouillez vos tokens, vous n'allez pas les sortir parce que sinon il y aura des pénalités, et donc vous allez potentiellement vous avoir des millions et des millions de pourcents de gains et de profits par-dessus, quoi. Alors que sur Bitcoin, vous n'étiez pas verrouillé avec vos coins et vous vendiez tout et c'était trop tard, quoi. Et vous aviez vendu trop tôt, en fait.
Ok. Bah écoute, dans l'idée là-dessus, quels sont les donc tous les holders vont pouvoir stacker, parce qu'en fait, combien de temps après le lancement du Pulse Mainnet, on pourra voir le bridge du Pulse ETH pour pouvoir passer d'une blockchain à une autre, pourquoi pas?
So, how long after the launch?
Il est revenu.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you're back. Okay, there was a cut. Okay. Okay,
Sorry.
do you want us to wait for your camera to be back?
Never mind.
Oh, my camera's not back? There we go.
That's not. Okay, sweet. So he was asking me, how long will it be for Pulse to have a bridge after the main net launch of PulseChain?
26 hours, maybe. My guess, maybe 26 hours.
26 heures environ, peut-être. C'est environ ce que je pense.
Ok, c'est ultra court. D'accord.
It's extremely short. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, basically, I think 26 hours is fine.
Ouais, 26 heures, je pense que c'est pas mal, ouais.
D'accord. Donc il y aura pas mal de burn, il y aura pas mal de stacking, d'après ce qu'on a vu. On va s'amuser un petit peu dans l'idée. Qu'est-ce qu'ils pensent des NFT et de la métaverse?
So they're gonna be much burning, they're gonna be much staking, but now we're gonna get some time to have some fun with you. Right. What do you think of NFTs and metaverses?
I mean, enjoy all your free copies of all your NFTs on the PulseChain network. I don't like overpaying for JPEGs, but if I I bought the world's largest diamond, and if I decide to make NFTs out of that, great. But like, I don't like the idea that people overpay for JPEGs like offends me. But if you want to buy Hex.com Space Diamond NFTs, you know, go ahead. So like, yeah, this is the issue. Is it's if people aren't going to follow your advice and they're just going to do stupid stuff anyway, can you get the reduction of harm by getting them to do stupid stuff that has less like if people are going to drink alcohol anyway, then maybe you should drink alcohol with less bad stuff in it, you know, or like just
sure.
So I don't like NFTs, but if people are just going to do it anyway, then maybe we can do something better in the space, maybe, you know. And getting copies of your NFTs for free is pretty cool, I think. Because look, it's expensive, man. Like you want to mint some NFTs, boy, you got to have a lot of money because the gas fees are too high. So getting those gas fees down is going to help the NFT guys a lot.
True. En gros, il disait, donc pour moi, payer des images qui coûtent une fortune, je trouve ça déjà complètement abusé. Et en plus de ça, les NFT qui coûtent extrêmement cher et c'est complètement de l'abus, les frais que vous allez payer sur le réseau Ethereum pour acheter ces NFT ou les mints, ça coûte une fortune. Maintenant, si les gens vont faire ces conneries et que de toute façon, ils vont pas m'écouter mes conseils, ils vont quand même acheter des NFT, au moins autant de leur donner le truc le moins pire à faire. C'est-à-dire, c'est comme pour l'alcool. Si les gens ils vont boire de l'alcool de toute façon, autant leur donner le moins mauvais alcool avec le moins de merde dedans. Donc je pense que là, c'est pas mal avec la PulseChain. S'ils reçoivent une copie de leur NFT sur la PulseChain, au moins ils feront moins de la merde avec, quoi.
Bah, ça leur prend un petit doublon de JPEG. Ok. Et quoi pour la métaverse? On a droit à quoi pour le métaverse?
So, how are you going to be? I mean,
by the way, there is no metaverse. I'm offended by the term. There isn't a metaverse. There's a lobby that you wait in until the game starts, where you can talk or type and you have a profile picture. And we've had that for 30 years. There ain't no metaverse, man. If there is, we're in it right now. Like there's no new extra thing. You're typing and talking with a profile picture. That's it. That's all there ever is. That's all there ever will be.
Alors, il n'y a pas de métaverse, malheureusement, pour ceux qui sont déçus, je suis désolé, il n'y a pas de métaverse. Là, vous tapez, vous êtes juste dans un lobby avec une autre image, avec un autre texte, mais il n'y a pas de métaverse, quoi. Ça n'a jamais existé, donc c'est tout, quoi. Je pense qu'il n'y en a pas, en fait, tout simplement.
Ready Player One.
Exactly. Like,
ok. Bon, alors, absolument. Il y a des collectionneurs de NFT, chacun son côté. Donc voilà, il y a des collectionneurs de JPEG, on va dire, chacun son côté. Toi, tu es un grand collectionneur aussi, mais pas du tout sur le même domaine. Par exemple, je ne vais pas te demander t'as combien de yachts, parce que peut-être pas, mais tu as combien de montres et quel type de montres en tant que grand collectionneur?
We know that there are some people collectioning NFTs, JPEGs. You probably are not, but we've heard that you're collectioning some watches.
Yeah, I got a lot of watches.
So how many of them you have? Maybe if you can show them, we don't know.
Well, you know, funny story about that. I'm like locked out of my watches right now. I have to find my method by which I access them is like, I've misplaced the codes. So I would show you the watches, right? I mean, I could show you this nice maxed out diamond AP that we've got here. But like, here. Oh, I gotta hide my eyes from the camera. So it focuses on the watch. Focus on the watch, god damn.
Il faut que ça se focus sur la montre, en fait.
On voit bien la montre. C'est flou. Donc, pour comprendre, il a perdu ses codes.
Il a perdu ses codes pour accéder à ses montres.
Et il peut plus avoir accès à ses montres.
Ah, perfect.
God. Yeah, I've got $5 million of watches. So I've got 22 watches, and so I've got heavy hitters in there. Like I've got full diamond Daytona, that's $1 million. I've got like a Patek Philippe 5980, that's like $250,000. I've got the Submariner that has full diamond bracelet, face, bezel. That's maybe $300,000 or $400,000. Every white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, full diamond, everything GMTs. Those are maybe $300 or $400 each, thousand. And then what else do I have? I mean, I've got like Rolex Tiger. That one's $400,000, $450,000. No, it's more now actually. It's like 500,000 now. Price has been going up a lot.
Mhm.
I've got everything, man. Like, so like if you go to my YouTube video and you like click the info, it has a list of all my watches with their prices next to them. Prices are a lot out of date. It's worth more, but it's about $5 million worth of watches. I'm still waiting on another cool piece. I've got like,
Okay.
I got another like $600,000 one coming, so just waiting on it. It's
Okay.
nice. It's a Rolex Tiger full gold diamond, fucking craziness. Like, there's not a lot of things that you can like buy them and wear them, and then the price goes up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. Like, I'm not gonna make. I don't know. Maybe I'll make money on some of this because like this was 40,000, and this was 20,000. I got a couple of these. These might go up, maybe, but like normal stuff, like a hat, you know, you're not really gonna make much money on the hat. I don't think that's going up, you know.
Au moins, on peut pas perdre ses codes pour les casquettes, ses yachts, et c'est pas mal.
Donc, en gros, il parlait de ses montres et de ses trucs. Il a de l'or, diamant rose et tout. Yeah, sure, go ahead. My bad.
If you just want to see funny looking stuff, here's a cheeseburger bag.
Yep. Un sac à dos cheeseburger. Qu'on peut mettre une canette de coca dedans, voilà, si vous voulez voir.
I look like the kind of guy that would have this bag. But...
Il a dit, je ressemble au genre de mec qui pourrait avoir ce genre de sacoche.
Actually, I can show you something people haven't seen before. Maybe.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Il a dit, je vais vous montrer un truc un peu sympa, si vous voulez. Parce que là, il montrait les sacs à dos Louis Vuitton à gauche, qui étaient à 40 000, 30 000, mais là, il va montrer d'autres trucs.
Yeah, it's too shiny. I've got this...
Someone is asking in chat, can you show us the diamond? Like, can you show us the black diamond?
I'm never going to take receipt of it, I don't think. It's being shipped directly to a vault. Like,
okay. Not... Il a dit...
There is a limit, like...
Okay.
I don't know what I'm like. I don't know whether I should make a necklace out of it and just wear it around to flex, or like whether that's a terrible idea. You know, I don't like. What if you drop it? Like, oh crap! Because I think if you drop the world's largest diamond and it breaks, I think it's worth less. Now you have two of the world's not largest diamonds. You know, so like,
true.
I think leaving it in the vault is probably the way to go with that one.
En gros, il a dit.
I can always change my mind, you know, and like, that's the current state. The good news is it's fucking paid for. So like, I as a flex, I could say, hi, I own the world's largest diamond. SMD.
True.
Yeah.
En gros, il a dit le diamant, en fait, qui est le diamant le plus large du monde, il a dit je l'ai foutu dans un coffre-fort, en fait. Mais dans le coffre-fort, en fait, ce qui se passe, c'est que je peux pas le sortir. Si j'en fais par exemple un collier et que malheureusement je fais le con avec et que le diamant il tombe par terre, ça va se péter et ce sera les deux diamants les pas plus gros au monde. C'est peut-être un peu con et peut-être qu'il serait peut-être plus intéressant de le garder tout simplement dans le coffre-fort et pas faire n'importe quoi avec, quoi. Voilà, tout simplement.
Ok, c'est un choix. Allez, on va revenir un petit peu sur le projet là-dessus. Donc, on a dit des pistes plus basses, réduire drastiquement la pollution. Pour la LP, la répartition des tokens, si on parle tokenomics, comment sera la répartition et combien on aura en LP au lancement?
Ok, so we're gonna come. If you allow us to come back a bit more to the PulseX, so how you see the LP distribution on the PulseX? C'est ça que j'ai bien dit, la bonne question.
Ah ouais, okay. Après oui, comme j'avais dit, hein, des fils plus basses.
Okay, sorry, excuse me.
Des tokens et la LP au lancement.
Yeah, the token, the tokenomics, token repartition, like how is it shared across the ecosystem? Who has how much tokens and how the LP will work eventually?
Well, I mean, the distribution of the PulseX tokens is based, like, you can just go to pulsexlead.com and kind of see it.
Okay.
So it's in relationship to the sacrifice balances. So those who sacrificed, if you sacrificed during the volume bonus phase where there was a rank, Then you get a bonus multiplier if you sacrificed after that. When the rates were much worse, then you just got a flat 1.75x instead of up to 3x earlier. But the time ticker of going up 5% a day cut you so deep later on that like you're definitely worse off sacrificing later than earlier. So that answers like the distribution. I think he's trying to ask like with the Pulse Rewards incentive token, which coins will get what amount of extra PRT stuff. I don't actually know. So that's a good question. Like my opinion is that you really want to incentivize people to bridge in their ERC20s to pair them with their free PRC20 copies to bond their markets together.
Okay.
So that there's enough liquidity and economic energy on this side to make the PRC20s a superior place to trade with lower fees, higher throughput. So in my opinion, it would be smart to have a lot of the PRT reward token allocated to those people that are bridging in their ERC20s.
Sure.
I think that's the smartest play. You'll probably also see, like, due to the way the community's kind of evolved, because people knew me, so there's a lot of Hexicans in the community. I think you'll probably also see like good rewards for Hex. You'll see good rewards for Pulse. You'll see good rewards for PulseX.
Sure.
And you'll probably see the best rewards for people bridging in their ERC20s. So I hope that was the question he was asking.
Yeah, sure, it was. Thank you.
Yeah. Ok.
Perfect. En gros, très simple pour la distribution. Ce qui se passe, c'est que si vous voulez voir la distribution des tokens, il vous suffit d'aller voir sur pulsexlead.com. Donc sur PulseXlead, dessus, vous aurez la distribution des tokens en fonction du sacrifice. Ok. Et après.
Pour la distribution des tokens, on les a sur Pulse.
Ok. PulseXlead, c'est ça, PulseXlead. Et après, ce qui se passe, c'est concernant les LP, en fait, ce qui se passe, c'est que Richard disait.
T'as un petit cut, on commence à.
My voice is stuttering, maybe I'm cutting. I don't know if I'm. Okay.
You sound good on my side.
Okay, because that's not I'm not sounding good. That's why they just told me. Ok, PulseXlead, c'est bon? T'as bien entendu PulseXlead?
C'est PulseXlead.
Ok.
Ouais, mais j'ai eu un cut. Je pensais que Flo était pareil. J'avais mis le lien de PulseX ici.
Ok, je peux continuer? Je peux continuer, Nico?
21h25. Vas-y, totalement.
Ok, excuse-moi.
PulseXlead, il est ici.
Ok, perfect. Ok, donc PulseXlead pour voir un peu la distribution des tokens en fonction de qui a sacrifié quoi. Donc on va faire le truc en direct. PulseLead pour Pulse au lieu de PulseX, d'accord. Et après, ce qui se passe, c'est concernant l'épée, le but du jeu, de ce que disait Richard, il savait pas trop si c'était ta question, mais le but du jeu, c'est qu'il y a un maximum de gens qui ramènent des ERC20 sur la Pulse Chain pour faire un pairing, en quelque sorte, des paires de liquidité entre les ERC20 et les PRC20. Pour justement qu'il y ait des valeurs qui commencent à se lier entre les ERC20 et les PRC20. Je ne sais pas si ça répond à ta question.
Totalement. Et là, d'ailleurs, Flo, toi qui es le plus grand fan de X, je vois ton wallet qui est ici.
Où ça?
Là. Je vois ton wallet, je reconnais ton wallet. Je reconnais ton wallet, je sais que c'est le tien. Sorry, Richard, but Flo, our translator tonight is your #1 fan.
Nice.
So I've just seen on PulseLead. Here is his wallet.
Oh, nice.
He was saying I was the #1 wallet that sacrificed the most for the sacrifice.
That's funny. I hope you are. I mean, the people that sacrifice have a lot of money. I mean, these are big numbers. Like, this is a lot of money. I'm very impressed.
Il a dit, je suis très impressionné parce qu'il y a des gens qui ont sacrifié des sommes d'argent monstrueuses, des grosses sommes, et je suis vraiment impressionné. C'est-à-dire, c'est incroyable le cash que les gens envoyaient, quoi.
Mais écoute, tant mieux, c'est qu'ils ont confiance en lui.
Yeah, that's a very good thing because it shows that these people trust you. Even if crypto is supposed to be trustless, these guys trust you somehow.
I mean, you can only reduce trust so far. You know, at some point, you can't reduce it any farther because, you know, how do you know that there's not a camera hidden in every toilet you use? And how many searches are you going to do, you know? And then at some point you're just like, yeah, whatever. enjoy your toilet cam footage. You know, it's just like at some point you have to be okay with hope, you know? So
Yeah, true.
We do our best to like crypto, in my opinion, was invented to remove counterparty risk and to get rid of middleman and to make things more efficient. And in the products that I build and design, I'm focused on those things. You know, I care about why crypto was really invented, to free the people.
Yeah, true.
That's what I care about.
Il disait, en gros, le problème, c'est que le problème dans la crypto, c'est d'avoir confiance dans les gens. Moi, j'aimerais qu'idéalement les gens n'aient pas confiance, mais bon, au bout d'un moment, il faut que vous ayez soit de l'espoir, soit de la confiance, parce que si vous allez, par exemple, demain dans les toilettes, comme vous pouvez être sûr à 100% qu'il n'y a pas une caméra de surveillance qui vous fixe dans les chiottes, vous n'êtes pas sûr, vous pouvez pas le savoir, mais c'est comme ça et vous faites confiance au truc, quoi. Voilà. Mais le but, vraiment, dans les cryptos, comme moi je le disais, c'est de libérer les gens vraiment de systèmes de confiance et que ça puisse évoluer de ce côté, quoi.
Ok, ça marche. Bah écoute, merci bien. Est-ce qu'on a une petite info, une petite exclusivité pour nous ce soir, la France, Détectives Tokens, une info que personne ne connaît dans ta commu et que tu veux bien nous donner ce soir?
Okay. For the ending, Richard, since it was very nice, we appreciated your answer. Do you have for the French community of Detective Token a special exclusive information about the Pulse and PulseX tokens that your community doesn't know?
Let me think.
Laisse-moi réfléchir.
I mean, like, I guess so. Here's I don't know how juicy it is, but you know, I asked people to check their sacrifice balances, but then it didn't occur to me that I didn't give them all the tools they need in order to be able to do that. So we're regenerating reports so that people can actually check their balances. Because, like, how are you supposed to check your balance if you don't know what your multiplier was? So if you just get your address and a number, but you don't know what your multiplier was, well, then how much of it was like the multiplier, right? So in order to give people the tools they need to actually check their balances properly, we need to give them each sacrifice's balance instance credit, and then the multiplier at that level, because multiple sacrifices would have, you know, multiple multipliers. So I guess news that nobody knows yet is that we are working on producing those sheets where you could check your balance better, because these numbers don't have to be perfect if they're screwed up in the same way for everybody, because what matters is the ratios of everybody versus everybody else.
Sure.
So as long as, you know, I think I get a lot of people that don't speak English that well, that also aren't French. They're from who knows where. And God, their questions suck. And the stuff they say doesn't make any sense. And I can't help them. I had some piece of trash hit me up on Twitter, right?
Yep.
In my DMs. And I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm going to help you. Just you. I'm going to help you. Okay. So I look at this guy's like, I can't see my sacrifice balances. I'm like, okay, what's your address? I go look up his address. Never made a sacrifice. I'm like, bro, you never sacrificed anything. He's like, oh, can you also donate $1 million to my village? It's like, we're having problems. Minimum 1 million USD.
Jesus.
I swear to God, I'm like, holy crap. Like, what are the odds that I decide to help like one of you dudes, one of you stupid question, can't speak English dudes, and you literally are straight scamming me like immediately, like sends a picture of like 8 daughters, and you're just like, right. Okay. I don't even believe the daughters. I'm like, I don't even think that's true either. People
true.
Suck. I'm just like, God, why? I almost want to take a screenshot of this convo because it's like almost unbelievable. You're like, there's no way. Like, so you didn't sacrifice. You just wasted my time looking up an address that didn't, and then you also just asked me for $1 million. And then I bring it up. I'm like, did you just ask me for $1 million? Doesn't respond to it. I'm like, bro, what is trash, dude? You're the worst, you know? Or other guys will be like, you know, Richard, you advertise, you know, all this free speech stuff, but then I get banned from chat. Why don't you address this? And I'm like, bro, do you read my tweets? This is like, I've addressed the crap out of this over the last week. Like, do you realize how trash you are to ask me why don't I address things that I've already addressed? And so it blows my mind how crappy the internet can be. Or another one, there's this forum where I go with technologists, right? And I read about all the technology crap. And these people hate crypto. They hate it. And I'm just like, you guys are what's wrong with the world. You're the scumbags that are going to be in positions of power to go and perform censorship later on in life. This guy made a post that ends with, I don't like working at Microsoft that much, but it's better than blowing up the environment with a bunch of white crypto bros. And I'm like, this is the most racist crap I've ever heard. Like, why do you guys support this racist bullshit?
Yeah.
I got fucking downvoted for pointing out that this guy was a racist piece of shit because they're cool with racism. They love it. These guys, these woke people love racism. When you Google changes their homepage and says celebrate black businesses, what they really mean is shop by Keller. Check the person's Keller first before you do business with them. Do you know what a bad precedent that is? When you train people to shop by Keller, what if they chose the Keller that you didn't mean? Racist bastards. Like, but they don't understand that that's racist. Or another thing. This Warren, whatever her name is, girl, this piece of shit that's trying to take away people's rights to crypto. Can't remember her name. Elizabeth Warren is her name. She says we need to forgive student debt because it's a gender rights issue because most of the student debt is girls.
Yeah, true.
Warren.
I saw it, yeah.
Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, it was
Yeah, Elizabeth Warren. I'm like, listen, if forgiving debt is good, it's good not because of whose fucking gender it is, man. I mean, it sounds like you're already winning. The majority of girls get into the schools. The majority of students are girls. The girls that are there do better. And now you think that what would be right is to pile on the extra advantage and for like, I don't understand what is going through these people's heads. Like, they're not participating in reality. Or like, war is really hard on girls because they have to watch all the guys die. You're like, yeah, that's really hard on you girls. I mean, there is all those dead guys though. This is just nonsensical to me. When is the only good thing I know happening in the world is maybe some Tesla cars and the stuff that I'm building, and everything else sucks. Everything else is horrible. It's crazy. If it wasn't for Pulse, everything else in the world's wrecked.
It's definitely true, that's my opinion. Donc très rapide, en gros, il disait pour l'info exclusive, en gros, ce qui se passe, c'est que sur les balances de Pulse, justement, il a dit qu'il faudra vérifier un petit peu les balances au niveau de Pulse pour savoir qui a combien de coins, mais c'est pas tout à fait exclu, mais en même temps, c'est un peu exclu. Ok, pour en revenir à ce qui a été dit derrière, il disait, vraiment, franchement, tout ce qui se passe à l'extérieur, ça craint. Il disait, je vois tout comment le monde évolue, comment les choses se font, ça craint. Les seules choses qui marchent pas trop mal, c'est comment dire, c'est-à-dire les voitures Tesla, ok, et mes produits qui sont PulseX et autres. Mais sinon, tout le reste est complètement rect. C'est-à-dire, c'est rect. C'est vraiment de la merde. C'est vraiment de la grosse daube. Et ce qui se passe, c'est que voilà, derrière, à côté, vous avez des gens qui sont racistes, qui sont un peu dans l'activisme culture woke, qui racontent un peu des conneries et qui vous disent tout et n'importe quoi sur Twitter, comme par exemple une nana qui vous dit que qu'il faudrait potentiellement supprimer toutes les dettes pour les études des femmes, mais qui vous dit bon, on supprime ça, casse en claquant des doigts, mais les mecs ils le gardent quand même. Et vous dites ok, bah il y a ça sur Twitter, il y a des gens qui sont comme ça, et on est dans un monde qui va plutôt dans cette direction, quoi. Je sais pas si c'est suffisamment clair, Nicolas. Okay. Obviously, Nicholas, he bugged out. So you're back. Okay.
J'ai quelques bugs, donc j'ai pas tout entendu. Donc.
Ok.
C'est reconnexion. C'est
ok.
You know, we have a French Hex chat room, by the way. There's a Hex France chat room.
Il a dit, ouais, on a une chat room ex-France d'ailleurs. Je sais pas si vous étiez au courant.
Ah, eh ben, faudra peut-être en refaire une autre. Ils sont intéressés.
He said maybe we should start a new one for us, for our community.
Yeah, I didn't know that there were actual other communities on Telegram. Like usually it seems like there's a bunch of scam groups, you know? Like anytime you get invited to an AMA, it's a scam. It's like the only real Telegram AMA I've ever seen. It's pretty cool.
That's what the other guy told me. Like he tried to contacted you and to reach out to you, and at first, like you're very cautious, like being maybe it's a scam, maybe it's weird. They're gonna ask you to pay.
Usually it's crazy. I never knew there was a real group. Cool.
Yeah, true. Parce que je lui ai expliqué justement pour Namel ce qui s'est passé quand il pensait que Namel c'était un scammer et qu'il allait lui demander de l'argent, et en fait il a dit ah bah non, pas du tout, absolument pas quoi.
Richard, give me money.
There you go. Nice.
Okay, Namel just said that he's very honored to have you online with us, and it was very nice. It is very nice.
Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Et t'aimerais, pardon?
Thank you.
Okay. And he said that it would be very nice to invite you back again on Détectives Tokens or maybe a few days after the project just come out.
We'll see how it goes. It might be a wild and busy time. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, because it's going to be madness. It's going to be pandemonium. Like,
all on the yacht.
All right, guys. It's been a pleasure. Talk to you later.
It's been a pleasure. Sure. See you. Thank you, Richard.